Sex Trafficking in Europe and the United States by Veronica Ybarra. Sex trafficking is the action in which humans are traded, most commonly for the purpose of either sexual slavery, forced labor, or for the extraction of organs. Women and young girls make up 80% of the people who are being sex trafficked. In the world today, there are approximately 20 to 30 million women who are being sex trafficked. To date, there are approximately 14,000 women being sex trafficked in America, while there are 4 million women being sex trafficked in Europe. Research shows that approximately every minute there are 2 women being sold in the sex trafficking slave trade. Perpetrators and women who are sex trafficked can be from any social, ethnic, and racial group. Yet in the United States, women tend to be younger and come from poor backgrounds, while in Europe, women are typically from Russia and tend to be innocent women who do not have a home, therefore they go with the men for support and care. Sex trafficking in Europe has dated back as early as the 1400s. While in the United States, sex trafficking has dated back to the early 1700s. Women who are affected by sex trafficking are typically unwealthy women, women from third world backgrounds, and women of color. The 3 forms of sex trafficking, sexual exploitation, forced labor, and organ trafficking, are used in both the United States and Europe. While in Europe, the most common form of sex trafficking is for sexual exploitation, in the United States, the most common form is for forced labor. There are many organizations that are trying to end sex trafficking worldwide, such as the Polaris Project, Resource Centers, and the Initiative Against Sex Trafficking, yet they come to a standstill. It is hard to find the sellers and buyers due to many underground networks. Humans are kept in hiding out of the public eye, therefore it is even harder to recognize whether they are a slave or not. In Europe, Russia is blamed for the harsh increase in sex trafficking. European diplomats are taking extra care to pass legislation that protects victims of sex trafficking. Many European women who are preyed upon come from mainly Russia, while in the United States, recently it was discovered that there are large sex trafficking organizations in Texas and California. The United States is taking extra precautions to care for the women in the poor neighborhoods to reassure them that they do not have to be a part of the sex trafficking in order to survive. Also, the United States is paying attention to the women who are transported across the borders as well. Women can be bought either online or by organizations who perform sex trafficking commonly. Also, women who are bought typically stay in brothels. In the United States, a common time and place in which more sex trafficking occurs is around the Super Bowl. While in Europe, sex trafficking is so common that it happens throughout the year. When women are bought or traded for, their daily actions consist of them doing whatever their owner tells them to do. Women that have survived sex trafficking have reported that daily they might be having sexual relations with a countless amount of men or performing duties that they are forced to do if they hope to live. This girl's name is Brianna. She was a sex trafficking survivor. Brianna was sought out at a local diner. A man approached her and invited her to get her an entertainer's license. From then on out, she became a stripper. Brianna managed to talk to her family, who convinced her to come home. She believes that if she didn't come home, then she would have been fully immersed into sex trafficking. Ways to end sex trafficking include supporting the awareness of sex trafficking as well as supporting those who are saved from sex trafficking. Something to keep in mind is